Oh, that's why my horn hasn't worked in like a year. Probably right when I hit that dog, it vibrated everything and then snapped. Or maybe it's just because it's, 14 years old. I don't know. A lot of work is about to get done, and this is going to take a long time. Okay, we're leaving the car outside for obvious reasons. I might head back to that later on, but today's a great day to work in the garage. I'm going to do these headlights. So, doing what everyone else does, I start off with a low grit, so 1,000, going up to 2,000. I have 3,000 here, going up to 5,000, and then 7,000 grit. And then after that, I'm probably going to hit it with these pads. I can't remember the coarseness of each, but I will figure it out, or I will fondle with. And then eventually I'm going to clean these up. And maybe some of the other badges that are still left on the car. Bumper's built, as I said, so that's going on pretty much after the painting is going to be done, or right beforehand. And some things are going to get sprayed off the car because it's just going to look nicer. And I don't want to tape or rely on taping. So let's get to the headlights and see what it looks like in a bit. So first we got to clean them up because I don't want to sand and get dirt in my sanding pads. So I'm out here and I got my very important concoction that I made up very last second, unplanned, and just figured, fuck it, why not? So right here we got your typical Dawn dish soap. You got some Armor All. That I won't be using for that. I'll probably be using it for that. And my P50. I got the stuff. It's supposed to be motorcycle degreaser. It's for the bike, but it turns out it's also really good on degreasing everything else. So I use it on engines. And then this is my secret concoction here, which is actually just my leftover protein water. So that's just for me. And now with gas in the tank and the plan in action, let's clean these bitches up. After about 7 minutes on each one of them, this one seemed to clear up much better than that one. But also it could be the glare of the outside and my phone camera. But just after P50, that's it wet. So it already looks better, but it's wet. And I'm not going to dry it off for comparison. I'm just going to start working the Dawn dish soap. And after that, I'm going to rinse them off again, maybe throw some alcohol on them and start sanding. I probably won't do the alcohol. I'll save that stuff. But yeah, so this is it better, slightly. Honestly, this whole car thing is, it's back and forth, but it sucks. It's hard work. No one could deny it's not hard work. It's just a different kind of hard work, like a different kind of garden, where you always want a better garden and you keep building, but the garden just becomes babbling words. Alright, dry it off with a microfiber towel. Rub it in with a clean shop towel made from just an old towel, and dish soap, and worked on those for about 10 minutes. They're looking a little bit better, but they are beat, man. These are going to take a lot of work. 1,000 grit on the left side, cleaned up. Used a face cloth and wiped it off. And it's pretty much dry. Like, it's dry in contact. There's probably still some moisture in it. Yep, you can see some. And these are completely dry. I rinsed them off a bit, but these got washed. And I have not hit this with 1,000 grit. And that's completely dry. So we're already starting to see some progress after just washing and sanding with the first one. But this is going to take me a long time. I am doing this in the most arduous way that I could probably think of, because it's the cheapest, and that's what I'm going for here. Well, not much cleaner, and I'm moving on to 5,000 grit now. I even went back a stage and I hit it with 250 grit. No, 220 grit. Because I felt that the first 1,000 didn't really get through a lot of the damage that has been left on these headlights. So after moving back a step and going forward, I'm about to do 5,000, and I don't see any improvement yet. So hopefully when I actually start busting out the buffer and we can fill in these micro scratches, it'll get will bring back some vividness. I got little faith at this point, but I'm gonna trust the process and not the progress, and we'll get there. Excuse me there, late Bon Scott, but I have something to say. So, okay, this one is dried, just finished with Armor All. That one is 2 stages behind. I wanted to see the comparison. Instead of doing both stages always at the same time, I'd give it a break. So I did 5,000, and then 7,000, and then I just cleaned it up with Armor All. And next up is buffing. So I'm going to do the buffing, and then we're going to see the difference on that one to that one. Because this one is, I don't know if it's any clearer than it started today, but it's definitely, it's been scratched up and worked on a bit. So I want to see the difference with after the scratch eraser kit. So I got this stuff, I worked on it, did a repair on my Mustang, and it worked out pretty damn good. So I'm going to apply it to here, and then clear coat tomorrow is the plan. All right, here I am, the very hot day. I got Shelby. Shelby is my work companion. She supports me, and she listens to when I have to bitch and yell. But not today. It was a good day. Nothing broke, and I saw improvement. So this is it. This is what we're gonna see before tomorrow's clear coat. And I can't say these look brand new, but they do look way better. I think the clear coat and maybe a wax on top of the clear coat is just gonna make them look new. And cool, man. So that was like, honestly, 4 hours of work. Yeah. All right, so first clear coat done. I used Car Rep 2K clear coat. I grabbed it off Amazon for mid-price. I think I spent 35 bucks on the bottle. I know there's cheaper stuff, but after what I read, I knew I wanted a 2K, and I wanted something that was half decent. So I went with the reviews, and it turns out I got the mid-range bottle. It's pretty much kind of a rule of effect of what I have in life is you just spend down the middle. In most cases, you're going to be fine. So I did a dust coat on both headlights there, and I can see where the consistency was a little bit better and where it wasn't. But that's okay, because I'm going to do 3 coats. After the first coat, I'm going to give it a 5-minute rest. So I got 3 minutes left on the timer, or a minute and a half left on the timer of 3 minutes. I already had it resting for 2. And then I'm going to give it a dust coat, or a heavy coat, and then another dust coat. And then at that point, if I need to, give it a bit of a polish. And these are done. And this is more than the amount of time I was willing to put in on these headlights, but when you're doing a whole vehicle, it's kind of crucial to look at the small stuff, and that's what this is. Alright, dudes and dudettes, welcome back to the fuck around show. Anyways, this is the end product pretty much. This is what it should look like after you're done. But I'm not exactly happy. The reason why is that when I put that third coat on there, it wasn't as consistent as I liked it. You can kind of see some orange peeling in the bottom. You can see some run lines right here. There you go. This light's a little bit better, but even then, when you hit it on that angle, you can kind of see through the camera where you see some orange peeling. Now, also, most people are only going to see the light from back here, and it doesn't matter. But what I would like to do is to make this perfect is I'm going to hit with a light sand with some scuff pads, and I'm just going to apply a 4th coat of that clear coat. Obviously, before I apply that 4th coat, I'm going to clean the lights up so it actually sticks, but overall really good. For 4.5 hours worth of work, 5 hours worth of work, I did the long route. I probably went a little bit extra on it, but these things were really banged up. Like, they were fucking brutal. So I know I was making videos about it and got kind of drawn out, but this is the end. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish them up, make them look good, and then probably post a final pic. And that way, if you're looking to do it, you've seen the process of how to do it. And also, you can check out my Instagram, and I'll have all of this actually linked into a page somewhere, and I'm probably going to start putting some content together and then just making posts, and that way that if anyone wants to, they can just reference it, check it out, do what I do, or do what other things do, or other people do. It's about 320 to 400. This is about 700 to 800 grit. Kind of a big difference there. But for touch-ups, I just hit it with that. And then I'm going to go over it. I'm probably going to do it again. Right? I want to get a little bit... I want to get a bit more into here, where you kind of see some of the orange peeling. But yeah, smooth it out. You can see a bit of that run line still. I didn't want to dig in too deep, but cloud it back up. So that's the thing about painting, is sometimes you just don't get it right, and you got to go back a step. And anytime you're doing something, you're learning how to do it, sometimes you got to go back a step. All right, here we are. I'm back. And if you're still watching this, you know that I put in way more effort on this than probably what most people could have, right? This has been a bit of a waste of time project in my mind, but it's not really a waste of time if you're learning. And looking at this is not acceptable in my mind, not to put on a car, because you can easily tell these were clear coated, and it looks very amateur. And it's not the way I like to roll. I think the result of this is poor management of the can, or just the aerosol on that can altogether isn't good, because I've used other clear coat products. For example, I painted my Mustang grill, and I had it smooth as you could say right here. Like, there's almost no eggshell there, right? But on that can that I used, I'm getting eggshelling all around here. So it's just the way that the aerosol comes out there and just lathers on there. I tried a couple different things. As I said, this is 4 coats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this. I'm going to hit it with 7K. I'm going to probably do 10 to 15 minutes on each light with light sanding. And I just want to get it a little bit everywhere. And then I'm going to apply this Novus Fine Scratch Remover, right? I'm also going to use that McGuire stuff that I bought again, right? This is the kit that I got. I recommend this stuff. I've used it. Scratch eraser. And then I'm going to hit it with either a cleaning wax or the SC1. The SC1 is right here. High gloss coating. It works very good. It's not a ceramic coating. Probably if I want to do this right, I would do ceramic coating. But at this point, I'm trying to do this for next to $0. And maybe that's where it costed me. This can here, I bought for 35 bucks, right? The other clear coat that I used is around $50. So I probably should have went with that, and then I wouldn't have had I'm having now of this clear coat bubbling, or orange peeling is actually the term that we use. So more at it. And hopefully I can get this done so I can work on other things. Moving some parts is I debadged the car, so I got all of the badges off of it, and I'm going to sand those down with a Dremel, get them pretty much bare, and then I'm going to repaint it. I might do a flat like I did here, so this is actually a semi-gloss but there's no texture, or I might just do textured again. We'll find out. All right, so I hit it with the 5K and the 7K sanding pad with water. Let's see. Looking at my watch, maybe 15 minutes. Yeah. I hit it with the 5K for about 5 or 10. Well, between 5 and 10. And just enough to take out some of the orange peeling. So I don't have any orange peeling through here. I have some up top. And that's okay, because I'm actually going to see how well it responds to the polish. All right, let's check it out after. All right, finally, after hours of work, reporting back from the garage, I got the result I wanted. This is it. This is what I consider new. And I redid the process. So what I did today was I went down to 250 sandpaper, which is actually the sanding pads, right? This is about 250 to 300. This is about 4 to, I think it's 650 it's rated. Might be backwards. But one of them is finer than the other. And then 1,000 grit, 2,000 grit, 3,000 grit, 5,000 grit, 7,000 grit, McGuire's. And now I'm going to polish them with some SE1, just as I was saying before. Yeah, took a lot longer than I expected, but I'm happy with this. I think that looks new. Bam! Oh, that's why my horn hasn't worked in like a year. Probably right when I hit that dog, it vibrated everything and it snapped. Or maybe it's just because it's, 14 years old. I don't know. A lot of work is about to get done, and this is going to take a long time. So, day 1.5 of Project Dora, and I put together the new bumper, added all the tidbits from the old bumper that I could, screws, some of the just bits that require in order for you to mount it, right? And I'm not much further along than I was this morning aesthetically, but I've been able to take the fenders off because I had to. A lot of stuff broke, and that's the thing, is when you're working on cars that are this old, shit just breaks. And, I need a new horn, obviously. I need new fog lights, a couple other mounting pieces, and I went to Toyota, and it cost me over $1,000. So it's worth it at this point, and then I'm gonna repaint the whole car. This is the paint job. It's about 5 years old, so that's gonna be fun. Anyways, okay, plan for the day, folks. As you can see, I got my Dexter wrap down. The idea of the Dexter wrap is that I'm going to be washing the RAV4 with the degreaser. The reason why I want to use the degreaser is all the extra road snot that has been accumulated over years, as well as the undercoating. So I undercoat my car, and I get this kind of stuff. You can see it in the door sills as well, right? You can see it on the hood. So I want to get that stuff off because I don't want that to grime up my sanding discs when I hit this. Ideally, I'm going to hit this with about 150 to 250 grit. I just want to scuff it up. I'm not going to take off the Raptor liner. What you see here is textured paint that I sprayed on about 5 years ago. It's held up pretty good, but I need to redo it. Brings me to my next thing. I took off the vinyl wrap that I had on my lights here, and I used glue gun and a razor blade to get it off. And actually, it wasn't a razor blade. It was a straight edge that I found on a wallet buckle that I had. It's a money clip. I got some scratches here, which I'm not too worried about because there's going to be another vinyl wrap going over top of it, of course, but I got to get the old stuff off. So I let Goo Gone sit on there overnight after putting some work on it, and I think it's actually, yeah, it's coming off fairly easy. I think maybe I have a standing chance to get this off there, but I'm going to try to clean that up, and if not, use the P50 on it. And I'm going to get ready to wrap up after I paint the Toyota. I got to clean those rims up too. Man, so much. I almost forgot something crucial. Cover your battery. So if you're going to degrease your engine with something like a P50 in a bottle, which is pretty much you just spray on, set it, forget it for a couple minutes. Don't forget, remember, come back and then spray it off with the dishwasher, or with a power washer. But yeah, you got to cover the battery. Any other video will tell you the exact same thing. So I don't want you to think that this is, beyond amateur hour. But look at me. This is why I got my Dexter down. Getting down with Dexter. With Exner. Oh, hi there. Oh, welcome back. Just did a half-hour cleanup on the car. got it looking better. I kind of want to go out and do some stuff, so I needed to clean up the car. But back to the engine. This is the product that I recommend. It is a degreaser. I don't know where you get it. I don't remember where I got it, but I just know that it works really well. But this is the engine. So I soaked it for maybe 15 minutes. And if you remember, or you saw what it looked like beforehand, you would think I spent an hour on it. So, and then I just sprayed it off. Personally, I like using the power washer for most of my shit. That's how I can clean cars in a half an hour. And this new driveway is no longer new, because anytime you use these kind of chemicals, it gets in the cracks of it everywhere. So kind of take where you give. But anyways, back to the S100. I throw it in a spray bottle just like this, coat it on there for 15, and that's what you get. I use the same thing on the Mustang. I use it pretty much on anything that's got a lot of grease on it. I even use it to get off the rest of the grease on the car or on the doors. So there you go. It's a wrap. So you guys saw it beforehand. Part of the conclusion of the day. There it is. It's all sanded up. And it's ready for paint. Minus a couple small things I got to do. Got the glue off that. Now, I mentioned there is something else to this car that needs to happen. I didn't say exactly what it was. It's because it lies beneath the eye. And if we take a little bit of a closer look right here, we might have ourselves a problem. Oh my god. The only thing preventing this thing from being sold, I think, is this. But depending on the seller, or sorry, depending on the buyer, I might end up having to have this done, or full disclosure, they'll have to do it. But either way, we got ourselves a bit of a hole. I don't know if that's going to stop certification. I'm going to have to speak to a mechanic about that. But it's definitely an eyesore that needs to be remedied. And hopefully it's not something that I have to deal with. So we're just going to close that and pretend like I never saw it. I think the Raptor Liner is going to lay down perfectly on this. It's not too roughed up and it's not too smooth. So, bingo.